The UH-1B Hiyadori, Japanese start helicopter, is rank 5 battle rating 8.0, and it is loads of fun to play. Although it does not look like much, I mean it is technically a utility/infantry transport vehicle. Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force decided to slam some FFAR Mighty Mouse rockets on it and throw it into battle. Once you buy the helicopter, you get almost everything from the get-go. Rockets on it are all there is. No additional offensive armament to unlock is available. Of course you still need to unlock all of them performance doohickeys, but unlike for vast majority of other vehicles, be it tanks or airplanes, the UH-1B doesn't really need them all that bad. So how does it fly? Well, I'm glad you asked, because it flies really well. It is a first helicopter in a Japanese helicopter tree, and it's great for noobs to learn how to fly a helicopter. It is fairly slow, but that is not a bad thing, since helicopters in general maneuver very gauge-ish, I mean sluggish, the more speed they get. As mentioned previously, the UH-1B Hiyadori is missing a defensive armament, meaning no machine guns or cannons. I think it gives it a sort of simplicity, so you can focus on controlling the vehicle in flight, to position it correctly, so you can shoot them ground targets. When you dive on ground targets from up high, to utilize the Mighty Mouse rockets, you will get a speed warning, and you generously have a couple of seconds to pull out of the dive, to avoid divorcing yourself from your main propeller. Unlike its successor helicopters, that don't get the warning. Continue to speed up, and when the speed exceeds 300 km/h, you might as well J out, since you will not be able to pull out of the dive. How do I like to fly it? Well, again, I'm glad you asked. Unlike the most popular method of flying low and to the side until you get to the main battle area, I like to climb up. The reason is that I like to find targets of opportunity first, and then choose what to engage. Sometimes I even shoot a couple of rockets to distant targets, just so I can warn my team of enemy movement, like flankers, incoming spawn campers, etc. Oh, and there is no greater satisfaction than sniping with FFAR Mighty Mouse rockets, outright destroying IFVs, stopping a rushing tanks in their tracks, by destroying their tracks, pun intended. If you fly low to the battle area, sure you will be safe from AAA, but you will pop up in an area, having no idea where the enemy is, and if you do pop right in the middle of a couple of tanks, you will probably get mowed down by tank machine gun fire, since you are low and slow, and they hear you coming. Essentially an easy target even for low caliber machine guns, since you do not have any armor. Having said that, the UH-1B Hiyadori is surprisingly survivable. It can absorb a high amount of fire and still be able to fly back to the base for repairs. One time I flew it back to the base just fine, landed, and got a message that the helicopter cannot be repaired due to critical damage it sustained. A couple of more advantages for flying high: destroying tougher targets, like medium and heavy tanks, is far easier if you engage them from above, since any rocket hits on top of the turrets will result either with an instant destruction or a crippling damage. Also, there is nothing on the top of the tanks to stop or deflect your rockets, like tracks, wheels, and even ERA blocks. Additionally, when you attack from higher up, you generally have more time to adjust your aim, shoot a couple of times, and reset reasonably fast by flying up again and turning around quick, since you will lose a lot of speed if you have not been satisfied with your approach. While all that is happening, in general the enemy will not have sufficient elevation on their machine guns to defend themselves. Be aware that you only have 38 rockets, meaning 19 shots, since they shoot in pairs. So I advise shooting sparingly, once for gauging distance, second and a third one for a destruction attempt, and not in any kind of bursts, unless in a panic mode. Now onto the cons on flying high. Enemy anti-air will spot you fairly easy, especially at battle rating 8.0 or higher. since from that battle rating all anti-air vehicles have some sort of radar. Also, enemy airplanes will see you before you see them, and to them, you are basically a free kill. But then again, since this particular heli doesn't have anything but rockets, it does not matter if you take it out at the start of the match or the end. It always have the same spawn cost, so you might as well take it out first and be 100% sure there are no enemy planes and lower chance of an enemy anti-air. Additionally, you might be able to slow down an enemy, advance to some key points, giving your team some precious time to get there first. If you do encounter enemy AA, you are somewhat safe if you are 2.5 to 3 kilometers from them, since you can spot their fire and maneuver away. You can gauge their relative distance by the distance of the cap points on the map, since they show you how far they are in this new patch. Now that does not do much, but you can at least decide what to do, like fly a little bit back and drop low, or duke it out with enemy AA by trying to snipe them back, which is kind of stupid, but highly rewarding if you pull it off. If you decide to man up and duke it out, you can even try to milk an enemy anti-air off their ammo by swirling around just outside their effective range, and when they empty their load or realize they cannot hit you at that range, you move in closer carefully, firing a couple of rounds in their general direction to a too near aim, so you can snipe them easier. Now this is tricky and highly dependent on the RNG. That is why I advise putting as much points into your crew weapon maintenance. This reduces RNG factor a little by narrowing a rocket spread along with vitality to your pilot and co-pilot, because most of your deaths will be by pilot and co-pilot getting knocked out. All the other skills should be secondary, because you will not be pulling any crazy G maneuvers in any helicopter, let alone this one. The UH-1B HIA dory is also not expensive to repair and have a fairer search point and silver lion modifier gain, so you can relax while flying it and not stress about getting destroyed, and you will get destroyed many times. Also, if you manage to get at least 2 kills and 1 assist, you will be able to respawn in it again for another attack run. To conclude at the end, do not expect to instantly start smashing your opposition with this helicopter. Give it some time to develop some muscle memory for them rockets, flying characteristics of the heli itself, and in time you will see that this thing is much fun to play and really useful on the battleground.